My husband almost killed our baby and my toddler saved him. Part 1. Hey everyone, I need to get something off my chest because I'm still trembling from the experience. I'm a 25-year-old woman, and I've been with my husband, who's 30, since 2018. We have a lively 3-year-old daughter and a newborn son. But last night, something happened that could have changed our lives forever. My husband has always had issues with paying attention, but I never imagined it would lead to this. Our neighborhood is oddly designed, with cars speeding by at all hours. I was folding clothes when I heard our toddler scream, "Mom, help!" The urgency in her voice made me drop everything and race outside. What I saw made my heart stop. Our newborn stroller was rolling towards the busy street. I screamed and ran as fast as I could, just managing to stop the stroller in time. My daughter was on the ground, her hands and knees scraped from trying to catch up to her brother. I picked up my baby, my heart pounding, and looked around for my husband. He wasn't paying attention. He was chatting with the neighbors, completely unaware of what had almost happened. The anger I felt was like nothing I'd ever experienced. I stormed over to him, shouting in disbelief. He looked shocked at first, then realized the gravity of the situation. The apologies and tears came pouring out, but it was too late. I couldn't understand how he could be so careless, so oblivious to our toddler's cries and the stroller rolling away. I packed up the kids and left, going to my parents' house. They support me, but my husband keeps texting, begging for forgiveness, insisting it was an honest mistake. But I can't shake the fear of almost losing my baby because he couldn't focus for a single second. My daughter got hurt trying to save her brother because he wasn't paying attention. I can't stop crying. I feel so guilty. I wish this had never happened. I'm sorry this is short, but I just want to hold my babies and I can't stop shaking every time I think about it. What if I had been 1 second late? Would I have been planning a funeral? I left the house instead of making him leave because I hate that house. I don't feel it's safe for the kids with all the traffic, and I was right. It's my husband's workhouse. I can't be running around either. I had a C-section less than 6 weeks ago. A lot of people are asking why I wasn't watching the kids. I was doing their laundry like any parent would. He takes them for walks to bond with them. He created this situation by himself. This has never happened before. How was I supposed to know? And people asking why I didn't get him checked out. I'm not his mother. He's 30 years old. I'm sick of people acting like I have to parent my husband while I have a newborn, a toddler, and I'm still healing from a C-section that tore my stitches when I ran to get my baby. I don't care if it was his ADHD, the court wouldn't care either. If he had killed my child, he would have gone to prison regardless. Relevant comments. Specific Yam 4166. Okay, he was 100% wrong and I'd be livid just like you. However, I'm a little confused of the situation. Like, why was your baby just in a stroller unattended? Why did the stroller randomly go into the road? Since it sounds like you were at home, is this maybe something y'all normally do just to have a place for baby to sit out front of your house when your toddler is playing outside? And maybe was a freak accident? I'm going to be honest, as a mom, most of us have stories of near-death experiences with our kids. We can be naive and stupid and expect a little child to have more awareness/survival skills than they do. When my son was 2, we had a horrible experience with an escalator, and I still have times where I can't sleep because of it. We are all idiots when it comes to parenting, because how can you know until you live it? And seriously, like, every parent has one of these moments, unless you're one of those insanely lucky ones. I still really don't understand the whole scenario of what happened, but to me, it seems he really has remorse and feels terrible, and once you go through something like that, you never forget it. So if he cares and loves your kids, he's devastated and has learned a hard lesson. I don't know that your response was the best, but get why you did it in the moment. But I think you guys have a serious talk and maybe look into moving if possible. I wouldn't go straight to divorce like Reddit loves to preach. I think there is a solution here. And so sorry you're dealing with this. It's literally the worst feeling in the world. OOP. Hi, love. Let me just clear it up for you. So I was sitting inside in the lounge room, and there's a huge window behind the TV that was a little open so I could hear outside. That's why I heard my toddler scream for her dad to help when I was outside. He was standing on the neighbor's driveway. I assumed that he must have had left the baby literally on the road because there was no possible way that it would have rolled off like that. And my toddler was playing with the neighbor's cat before she noticed her brother was rolling away when I confronted him about it. He tried to explain, but he just kept stuttering. I still don't know what exactly happened. I don't know if he didn't put the brakes on the stroller. If the wind blew him away, I just don't know. My neighbor contacted me and had asked if I wanted the security footage because his wife is 100% on my side, so I'll probably find out once it gets sent to me. Procrastinador. I want to acknowledge that this is a horrific situation, but saying, I don't care if it was his ADHD isn't going to fix anything and will probably only make things worse. Talking and thinking about it like he intentionally tried to kill your child isn't either. With ADHD, you actually do not register things like this at all sometimes. Life expectancy for those of us with ADHD is actually significantly lower because many of us end up, often accidentally, killing ourselves. It is not the same thing as carelessness, but learning about ADHD a little deeper can help you guys be safer. Understanding how my ADHD works and using different than standard precautions, like my brain needs, has actually most likely saved my life. Lie out what you want from him. That's probably that he get his ADHD better under control, whether that be through prescription medication or more homeopathic method, that you get a different place if possible, that he not take your kids out in your front yard without you, etc. Also, neither he or the neighbor noticed, but you heard your kid from inside. Something seems off here. Were your neighbors just watching the stroller roll towards the street? Was your husband on the other side of your house, where he couldn't see the stroller? Were you already walking outside as this unfolded? I'm trying to understand better what was going on here and why your husband or the neighbor did not notice, but you did from inside. People with ADHD tend to be incredibly good and quick to act in emergency situations, so this is especially weird. I'm absolutely not accusing you of leaving anything out or anything, but asking you to think about what your husband and the neighbor were doing that neither noticed. That smells fishy. This is a horrible situation. I lost a pet due to the inattentiveness of ADHD, but I can't imagine losing, or even nearly losing a child. OOP. That's why I'm waiting for the footage. It doesn't make sense how this all happened. I don't know how to explain my house. There's a huge window in the lounge room. It was open a little so I can listen out. The neighbor's house is 2 houses away. We are at the end of the street near the main road. When you first walk into my house on your left, there is the lounge on the right, the kitchen. When I got up, I couldn't run at fast because I'm still healing. Sorry if this doesn't make sense. When I ran outside, the neighbor's wife was running for the stroller but was still far away. And the neighbor was helping my little girl off the road. That's all I seen. I'm just waiting for a response from them. My husband was just standing there, hands on his head, doing nothing.